such a great kid, and we were kind of ribbing him all day in Columbus, so it was awesome seeing him score, and he's just awesome to be around. Have a little bit of that energy and not knowing what to expect from day to day. I remember those days, and he's awesome to be around. It's a big goal.
What were you ribbing him about?
Oh, I think we keep that off to the side, but no, he's funny, and he's he's really fun to be around, and just he's an awesome kid, and I'm really happy for him.
Sorry to jump in late, but just the idea of that spark, that youth, that enthusiasm, but also he's really seen becoming much more comfortable. And I would imagine that's felt on the ice and in the room. You mentioned the celebration. I can kind of get it going too.
Absolutely, I think 100%. Like you said, it's having that energy around, and it takes a while. It's hard. It's hard to make that jump from junior, and the game's so much different. And I've talked about it before, but all the off-ice stuff and traveling and scheduling and everything like that. So I think he's done a great job of handling that. And like you said, the confidence, you keep building that up, and you get those puck touches, and he's going to be a special player.
I'm sure there were some positives that you look at and point to about last night to kind of get this trip off on the right foot. What's something that you guys, despite the start, maybe penalties or whatever it was, what is it that you want to steal from that and kind of carry with you going forward?
Yeah, I think some of our tracking and D-zone exits, I thought we were pretty good with that. Our penalty kill was really good in the first and helped us out, and obviously Joe was huge for us. So we clean up some different areas of our game and continue to get better at it, and continue to play a little bit tighter and make those little 5-foot passes and get out of our zone a little bit cleaner. And I think we'll spend more time in the offensive zone.
When you think Alex Ovechkin and our battles in and around him, what comes to mind for you personally?
Yeah, he's. I saw him a lot. I saw him a lot in the. To way too much. But playoffs. We had him twice. Really special. It's pretty cool to play against. But big body, can hit. He can do a lot of different things on the ice. So you got to contain him. You got to take away his time and space. It's hard. He's done it 900 times, right? So, but you have to make it hard for him to get those opportunities, and a couple of those other guys who are looking for him, you got to limit their space as well.
Is there a moment where you either tried to run him or were on the receiving end where you were okay?
Yeah, there's one. There's a picture of it, so I'll never forget it. But it's him running me through the glass. I felt like I was in the third row.
I'm just curious, when you're on the ice and a guy like Tom Wilson is out there, how does that change the game or get into your thoughts at all?
I mean, if you get in your own thoughts and you're not going to play good, hockey's too quick of a game. You have to read and react. You can't think. So you see Big 43 out there, you're aware he's on the ice, but at the end of the day, you just got to go out there and play and do your job. As a smaller D-man, you just make sure you shoulder check and kind of are aware of where he's at. And but yeah, you don't really change who you are as a player. You go out there and try to perform to the best of your abilities, and maybe you just have kind of a mindset of knowing that he's going to look for a hit, and you got to be prepared for that.
Apologies if it's repetitive, but I guess just a comfort level now. You've had a few games under your belt, and systems-wise, comfort-wise, communication, chemistry. Where are you at with where you are in this?
I feel good. I've been playing with Merms quite a bit. He's been vocal, and I feel like we've played well together. I feel like being on the third pair, we've tried to provide a lot of energy for our group and a lot of stability. And through the first 4 games, I feel like we've done a pretty good job at that. But in saying that, there's no place for complacency. You always strive to get better, and you're never satisfied. In my time here, we're 2-1-1, so it's not like we're 4-0. There's room for improvement, but just thankful for the way the guys have handled me coming in here and accepting me and making me feel a part of it, and I've really enjoyed my time here so far.
You mentioned Tom, and I imagine with Washington there's so many different weapons. So did you have a moment with Ovechkin where you obviously you can't stop him, you can just try and contain him, but Is there a moment that stands out for you? Laughton was just saying, I remember he leveled me. I thought I was in the third row. Did you have a moment with Ovechkin where you're like, okay, I gotta be aware?
Man, I'd have to go back and think. I'm sure there's probably some moment where he's exposed me, but off the top of my head, I don't really remember. Just feel pretty honored to be able to share the ice with a guy like that, you know, the history that he's provided for this league and this game, and it's pretty cool to go out there and compete against him. But to your question, I'm sure there's a moment in time where he has exposed me, yeah.
Where is that line? I mean, you have to treat him maybe right, or there's got to be an ounce of respect. I get that, but you can't give him too much, right? Where's that line for a lot of players where you got to be maybe even a little bit disrespectful?
It's a good question. I think it works that way around the league with every individual, like based on their strengths. With Ovi, everybody knows it's his shot on the power play. So as a kill, it's like, what are you going to do? You're going to go have a guy stand beside him? And it's so, well, then they have 4 other weapons out there where it's a 4-on-3. It's almost more into their advantage. So just kind of being on your toes and understanding that if there's going to be triggers throughout the game that you're going to watch on film where you're able to read it on the ice, and hopefully when you can incorporate that, it limits his time and space to get his shot off. But I mean, when guys are that good, they're going to find ways to get it done regardless. So, yeah, it's just an onus of our kill of doing a really good job and being connected as 4. And then on 5-on-5, obviously, forwards trying to create time and space for our D-man going back for pucks. And everything's just very connected. I don't think there's a responsibility on one guy, but just aware of when he's on the ice.
What did Joseph look like to you last night?
Yeah, he was amazing. He was amazing, and kept us in there when we needed it, and it was nice to sneak that one out for him. Yeah.
Sort of coming out just
Yeah.
what was Craig's message to you?
Yeah, just we need more out of you, and I agree with him, and I have no arguments with that. I need more out of myself, and so does the team. So, that was the message, and I got to be better.
Are you typically a guy that's hard on yourself? Like how do you take that?
I mean, it's definitely obviously everybody's smart in here and gets the sense of how you're playing. So I totally understand it hasn't gone well for me this year, but there's a lot of hockey left to turn it around, and that's what I plan on doing.
What specifically do you think you can do to make more of an impact when you're in?
I think just chipping in to control the game more with my line mates, being more connected out there, and taking it upon myself to be a guy who drives the play down low, and just makes it tougher on the other team.
5 forwards, power play. What do you think Austin can bring to that unit up top?
Well, I mean, I think you're talking about a very obviously talented player, special player that can do so many different things, and I think his ability to adapt to different roles or situations, is as good as any player in the league. So his ability to handle the puck, obviously to shoot it, read the play, time and space, put the puck just in good spots that leads to good opportunities, just because of his talent, his ability to see the game and understand it. So obviously the puck will run through him quite a bit, and I think that's what we like to see, is obviously him to have it and be the one that kind of is able to dictate how we're creating opportunities.
Guys were raving about Easton's goal and the shot he made there. What did you see? What stood out to you?
Yeah, I didn't see it go in. I honestly thought it was out of play for a second, and then you saw the reaction from him, and it was unbelievable. Saw it on the bench, just how he was able to pick the corner like that was a hell of a shot. So his game's really started to kind of grow and come on. You can see him, I think, getting more comfortable with the speed and the pace, and the awareness, I think, shift to shift, period to period, on just how the game's played, and even just getting stronger on the puck as well. So making a great impact for us right now. So it was a big goal, obviously.
You've called William a player who's kind of born to be in this market. Do you see any similarities in terms of, he's so young still coming on, but Craig was saying Easton's kind of got ice in his veins. What do you make of his personality and what you're noticing about him in that respect?
Yeah, I think there's just a poise to his game. He doesn't have much panic to him. I think he's always just seems to be really calm under pressure. Whether that's just in a tight hockey game like yesterday, or when he's in a lot of pressure around 2 or 3 guys, he just doesn't seem to panic and force anything. Just really calm with the puck and reads the play really well. So and then has the ability just to do a lot of good things with it and extremely skilled. So he'll only continue to grow and get better and better. So it's obviously been a big boost for us here the way he's been playing.
Joseph obviously had a tremendous game. You talked about confidence, building confidence. I'm wondering what a goalie does for a team when it comes to building confidence.
Well, it definitely does give the team confidence for sure, and knowing that he's back there doing his job above and beyond, making the saves and giving us an opportunity to win a game. Kind of like it just goes down the team and gives you more confidence to do things up the ice.
Has he improved at all or taken a step when it comes to puck handling? Some of the guys have mentioned that.
I think his puck handling started to improve last year. We just made a focus on it last year with our goalies playing the puck and handling the puck, and I think just working on it and constantly working on it with Sanford and the coaches that it's gotten better.
What's the biggest area of improvement Joshua can make?
I just think getting to his identity. He's a big guy that, he has to be a physical, hard player to play against. And, he's going to make and score his goals around the net, right? So I think just a little more puck touches in the offensive zone from the forecheck and then, getting to the net front and winning those battles there and tipping pucks. He's got good hand-eye, and he has the capability of putting the puck in the net. That's where I see that his game can improve, but it's about getting there. So just from our zone out, anticipating and being direct, not only him but his line mates, and putting him in a good spot to get on the forecheck or whatever. If a puck enters the zone under control, get to the net and do your work there and disrupt the other team that way. Make it hard. They don't want to box him out. He's a big guy, so I think he can just be more engaged that way.
In your experience, when you scratch a player like that, what's the benefit of that long term, I guess?
I just think some players need a reset. There's different situations why you scratch a guy, and it's not because of effort or anything with him. I just felt like he needed to get a reset, and sometimes that puts a little more fire in him too. It's just part of it all. It's a tough part for both. Everybody, not so much me, it's my job, but it's tough on a player, but sometimes it gives him a little reset and sometimes it puts a little more fire in him.
You have them right back in tomorrow?
Yeah.
Dakota, yeah.
Yes.
You seemed reluctant to do the 5-4 power play once Mitch left, but you're trying it now. Why now?
Well, Matty's been out, and going back to when Mo was out there with Matty, we had them rotating a little bit, so Matty ended up at the top and Mo would be on the flank, just for a different look. But for me, it's about him getting the puck more on his stick and using his shot and his ability up top to not only elude defenders but his shot for sure and making plays to the flanks and things like that. Just he's got good quickness up there, and I like the way it looked today in practice, but that's practice. But, it's just, we got to try to get something going here in the PP because we need our power play to help us score goals.
So you don't mind him shooting from far away, from up top, as opposed
no,
to
I
getting
think,
down
I
to the flank?
think if you look at last year with Mitch put a lot of pucks into that area with Johnny and Nizey at the net, and we scored a lot of goals that way. Those guys they're got heavy sticks, they can tip pucks, they're good around the net. So I think Matthews with his shot has got more volume on it than Mitch's, but he can put pucks in there, sift them in there, shoot them in there. There's going to be different looks for him, I think, up top. Than I found that when he's on the flank, they take him away a lot. So he's not getting the shots, he's not getting the volume. We're not getting the puck in his hands enough. And hopefully up top he gets the puck more.
Is there anything more you want to see from Max defensively?
I don't know if it's a defensive side of things. I think positionally he's been solid. I know his plus minus doesn't say that, but that's not really, I wouldn't say positionally that causes a lot of that for me. It's just getting engaged more in the game. Like he's got to get dirty down low in the offensive zone, win battles, and get more engaged that way. and get to the inside of the ice more. That's what I see. And when he's skating and moving, he's an effective player, but it's too inconsistent.
Do you get an explanation at all for the Mermis penalty last night, and just what's your
No, I
frustration?
thought it was a terrible call. First of all, I know you can't rip a guy's helmet off, but that wasn't intentional. They're going at it, and he got punched twice in the head already. And I get it, you want to even it up, that's fine. But then he's pulling the guy down, and his helmet comes off. I mean, it's like it's an accidental play. It was a tough call, I thought.
How do you manage your frustration on the bench in that moment? You're trying to keep the team calm too, right? But you're
Yeah, no, you gotta show composure. Like I think it's okay to let referees know you're not happy with the call and all that, but at the same time, we can't be focused on the referees. We got to make sure we're focused on the game, and it's my job to keep composure so our players have composure.
Do you think Matthew Nyes could use Tom Wilson a little bit as a blueprint for maybe what he could grow into?
Definitely, for sure. I think they're different though. Tom Wilson came in the league as more of I wouldn't say an enforcer, but that was a big part of his identity, right? Coming out of junior hockey. Nyes comes out of college hockey, it's a different mindset, right? But yes, for sure, he can be that type of player to a certain extent, in my opinion.